Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dylan Gibson. I'm the building manager for Widgets R Us, and today I'm here with Hilton, who is the production and planning manager, and our program director, Joseph. So you guys are probably wondering why I called you guys to this meeting today. And after doing some analysis and identifying some key statistics with the team, we've identified a problem that you guys might be interested in. Currently, we've analyzed that we might be understaffed to ramp up to our output and production levels over the next 2 years, and it becomes a serious problem when it comes to our delivery schedules and we're delivering to our customers. So today, I just want to briefly discuss our meeting agenda and our roadmap of where I plan on taking us throughout this meeting. First, we're going to take a deep dive and do an analysis on some of the statistics in the problem itself. Within that problem, on the second step, we're going to see where the numbers and the quarters that actually are most impacted and what we can do to then furthermore create that solution by creating more manpower and having more staff on hand to ramp up to these production levels. And then finally, we're going to take a look at the impact. So let's take a deep dive into the analysis. Here, the team and I have put together a production forecast over the next 2 years on a quarter-to-quarter basis. We can see from Q1 to Q2 23 to 2024, our output is forecasted to grow from 68,000 units to 105,000 units, and almost entirely doubling our production over year. Specifically, Q1 of 2024, we'll have a 21% quarter-to-quarter growth. So you can kind of see some of the outputs and projected sales that we have with our current production forecast and the quarter-to-quarter growth. As you can notice, it seems to be a very steep climb over the next 2 years as we continue to grow our business, which is a very good and positive thing to have. But again, on the flip side of it, we do have this problem that we need to address, which is our manpower and staffing levels that we can actually deliver on these output. So again, our production risks here that we have, that we've identified over the next 2 years. Currently, our staffing plan, as you can see, quarter to quarter, and the projected outputs will kind of put us in a deficit and an output variance. On the bottom yellow highlighted row, you can see some of our missed revenues. If we stick to this staffing plan, we're going to be short a total of 56,000 units, and we're going to miss out on over 392,000 of revenue. You're wondering probably how I got these statistics and these numbers. Well, if we look at the previous year of our production line, it takes about 3 hours per unit to create a widget, and with a basis of 480 hours in a working quarter. That gets us to where we can calculate some of our projected outputs based at the staffing plan. When you do the deep dive, I'm looking at how many hours our staff is actually working in relation to how much units we're creating. You can see where we came up with our variance and our analysis on how we've actually identified this problem, leaving us very short and under on some of our projected targets. Now I'm going to take you guys through a solution where I think we can best serve on our staffing levels. So the team has put this together. We've done a great job of, again, taking some of the statistics, taking some of those previous actuals and within the production line, and translating that into what we think would best serve the company. We want you guys to kind of take a minute to identify where we think some of the biggest variances is. And again, in Q1 of 2024, we become very short on some of our variance, on some of our manpower. We might be 81 heads under where we need to be to actually ramp up to that big 21% growth in output. So if we do not, again, take the time to invest in some of our manpower on our production line, we're going to become very short. But if you guys do consider our analysis and take it serious, we could definitely adjust to this and solve any shortage and make sure we deliver on time and ramp up to our forecasted targets by, again, getting to this appropriate staffing level. And finally, we're going to look at the long-term impacts that could possibly reflect on the business if we do invest now and take this very serious and make sure this risk is minimized. The first impact that we could possibly have is the potential of larger scale in the near future. While creating more manpower on the floor available, this will be able to allow us to then ramp up even further in previous quarters and previous years and continue to grow our business wide scale. Second one is increased customer trust and product reliability. If we're unable to provide on our forecasted deliveries, we're going to lose trust. But if we actually continue to build that trust with the partner and our clients by ramping up to the appropriate staffing levels that we have, they'll again be more entitled to come back to us and again expand into more emerging markets throughout the next few years. And then finally, we're going to take a look at the increased revenues. Again, not only will we make sure we hit our targets, but with the combination of larger scaling and increased customer trust and product reliability, this will furthermore allow us to expand our revenues further than we even imagine in our current forecast. In conclusion, guys, I just want to make sure we're taking the time to invest in our staffing levels, making sure we have an appropriate head count. We do have a serious risk at our hands, and we're going to possibly fall very short on